In the world of interior decorating, certain styles evoke feelings of warmth, comfort, and nostalgia. The garden cottage style is one such design aesthetic that has captured the hearts of many, especially those who appreciate nature, cozy interiors, and handcrafted elements. With an emphasis on organic beauty and imperfections, this style offers a rustic charm that can easily transform any space into a serene retreat. In this video, we will explore how to infuse your home with garden cottage vibes, focusing on the art of incorporating handmade, imperfect pieces to create a cozy, inviting atmosphere. Garden cottage vibes are all about creating a living space that feels like a serene escape. Inspired by quaint country cottages, this style emphasizes natural materials, soft pastels, floral prints, and vintage-inspired accents. Whether it's a corner nook or an entire room, the goal is to make the space feel lived in and welcoming, with each item telling a story of its own. The beauty lies in its imperfection, as handcrafts and well-worn pieces add character to the overall aesthetic. The connection between indoor and outdoor spaces is key to creating a garden cottage vibe. Natural elements like fresh flowers, potted plants, and wooden furniture help bridge this gap, making your home feel like a part of the garden. Bringing nature inside isn't just about greenery, it's about texture and color. Think woven baskets, driftwood, or stone accents that reflect the tranquility of a cottage garden. One of the most defining features of the garden cottage aesthetic is the use of handmade, imperfect pieces. Whether it's a hand-knitted throw, a hand-painted vase, or a reclaimed wood coffee table, these imperfections make the space feel more authentic and personal. Each handmade piece tells its own story, contributing to the cozy, lived-in feel that is so characteristic of cottage style. Vintage finds are the heart and soul of the garden cottage look. Think of mismatched furniture, antique mirrors, and weathered wood. The beauty of these items lies in their imperfections. The chipped paint, faded upholstery, and time-worn surfaces give each piece a unique character. By integrating vintage items, you bring a sense of history and charm into your home, creating a space that feels rich in stories and memories. The color palette in a garden cottage home is typically soft and earthy, with lots of light neutrals, pastels, and natural tones. Shades of pale pink, sage green, lavender, and buttery yellow evoke the charm of a countryside garden. The key to a successful garden cottage look is keeping the colors light and airy while ensuring that they feel warm and inviting. The addition of floral or botanical patterns further enhances the natural vibe. Nothing screams garden cottage more than a cozy assortment of textiles. Fluffy cushions, soft throws, and floral patterned curtains add layers of comfort and warmth to the space. Linen, cotton, and wool are all ideal fabric choices, as they evoke a relaxed, rustic feel. Layering fabrics of different textures adds depth and makes the room feel inviting, perfect for curling up with a good book or enjoying a cup of tea. Handcrafted furniture plays a significant role in creating the garden cottage vibe. Whether it's a hand-carved wooden chair or a distressed coffee table, these pieces add personality and warmth to the space. They may not be perfect, but that's part of their charm. The unique markings and worn finishes of handmade furniture are integral to the handmade, imperfect beauty that defines the garden cottage style. Accessories are where you can really let your creativity shine in a garden cottage space. Think of vintage teacups, whimsical light fixtures, and handmade pottery. These small details add a personal touch and help to reinforce the laid-back, charming atmosphere of the cottage vibe. By mixing old and new accessories, you can create a space that feels fresh yet full of character. Floral prints are an iconic element in the garden cottage aesthetic. Whether it's a floral duvet cover, throw pillows, or wallpaper, flowers add a touch of nature to your interiors. Soft, faded florals are perfect for this style, as they evoke the look of a blooming garden. The key is to mix and match different patterns to create a layered, lived-in feel that doesn't look too pristine or perfect. Using reclaimed and upcycled materials is a great way to stay true to the handmade, imperfect beauty that defines the garden cottage aesthetic. Items like reclaimed wood, vintage metal fixtures, and repurposed fabrics add a sense of history and sustainability to your home. These materials also help create a sense of warmth and character, as each piece carries its own unique patina and story. Natural light is a crucial element of the garden cottage vibe. Large windows, sheer curtains, and light, airy spaces allow sunlight to flood the room, creating an open and inviting atmosphere. To enhance this, use light, breathable fabrics that allow light to pass through, such as linen curtains or sheer drapes. This helps to blur the line between indoor and outdoor, adding to the cottage feel. Layering textures is another important aspect of the garden cottage style. Mixing rough, rustic textures like jute rugs, wicker baskets, and wooden furniture with softer, cozy elements like plush throws, fluffy pillows, and soft fabrics creates a balance of comfort and rustic charm. These layers help create a space that feels warm, lived in, and inviting, offering the perfect spot for relaxation. A garden cottage kitchen is all about functionality combined with charm. Think of open shelving, vintage china, and rustic wooden countertops. These elements reflect a simple, timeless approach to cooking and entertaining. The use of natural materials like stone, wood, and ceramics also contributes to the handmade, imperfect beauty of the space. A farmhouse sink, woven baskets, and floral textiles can complete the look, making the kitchen feel like a part of the cottage garden. The bedroom is a sanctuary in any home, and in a garden cottage setting, it should feel like a peaceful retreat. Soft, pastel-colored bedding, vintage-inspired furniture, and floral accents make the space feel comfortable and restful. A cozy throw, a handwoven rug, and natural wood furniture bring warmth and texture to the room. The key is to create a space where you can unwind, with soft lighting and calming tones that mimic the peacefulness of a garden. Garden cottage vibes extend to the outdoors as well. Imagine a cozy patio or garden nook where you can enjoy the fresh air in a serene, inviting space. Vintage garden furniture, potted plants, and flowing fabrics like linen curtains create an outdoor retreat that feels just as comfortable as your indoor space. Adding handmade touches, like a wicker basket or a homemade birdhouse, enhances the rustic charm of the space. While the garden cottage style draws heavily from vintage influences, it's important to mix in some modern touches to keep the space feeling fresh and functional. Modern lighting fixtures, sleek appliances, or minimalistic decor can blend seamlessly with vintage furniture and accessories. The key is to create a balance that doesn't feel too staged, maintaining the lived-in, comfortable atmosphere that defines the garden cottage look. When designing a garden cottage-inspired space, sourcing handmade items is essential. Local artisans, flea markets, and online platforms offer a wealth of unique, handcrafted pieces that can add authenticity and character to your space. Look for pottery, textiles, and furniture that tell a story and reflect the natural imperfections that make these items special. Finally, a key element of the garden cottage style is personalization. Incorporating items that hold personal meaning, whether it's a family heirloom, a cherished book, or a favorite piece of art, helps to make the space feel truly yours. By adding personal touches, you create a home that reflects your personality, tastes, and experiences, further enhancing the handmade, imperfect beauty of the style. Incorporating garden cottage vibes into your home is about embracing nature, imperfection, and the charm of handmade beauty. By focusing on organic textures, vintage finds, and personal touches, you can create a space that feels warm, welcoming, and timeless. Whether you're designing a cozy living room, a serene bedroom, or a charming garden nook, the key is to let each piece tell its own story, crafting a home that reflects the unique beauty of nature and craftsmanship.